And that what he said was, I need my music and my albums to have the same feel of that life after death, like Biggie's album. Now, you taking a spiritual person who's asking for something. He said, I wanted that same feel as life after death. That same feel was that Biggie got and he went on to sell about 10 million albums.
I'm not saying that she didn't develop feelings for him. I'm not saying that she didn't care about the father of her son. I'm saying she was hired for one job. Her being involved with Pac in the midst of all of that? I mean, come on, none of this makes sense. What really does make sense is that Diddy has had a long career of using to trap into making them do what he wants to do or using them to move them out the way. How is Faith Evans any different than Lauren London? How? No difference at all.
I didn't say he was a demon. What I think I said that you gotta watch what you say to these demons.
Well, Diddy kind of won this case. He was able to beat two of the biggest cases against him, Rico and the ex transferring. And now, according to multiple sources, Diddy cannot wait to get out and go after everyone who did him wrong and abandoned him when he was in trouble. And guess who is scared the most? Lauren London. And this ain't no random move either. It's all circling back to Nipsey Hussle. And according to reports, the moment Diddy gets out, he is going to come clean on what really happened to Nipsey Hussle. See, nobody expected Lauren's name to pop up during jury selection, but when prosecutors started asking jurors if they recognized any names tied to Diddy's case, they dropped a long list, around 190 people, and boom, Lauren London's name was on top of the list.
The parlor games have begun, my friends. Everybody is trying to connect the dots between the shiny, famous names and the beleaguered rap star Diddy and the charges.
Now that raised a lot of eyebrows, especially when you consider what she represents publicly: grief, resilience, legacy. But now her connections to Diddy are exposing something that nobody really saw coming. What's got people really tripping is how deep Lauren was allegedly tied to Diddy's inner circle. Not just as a party guest, we're talking backroom conversations, possible bedroom relationships, deals, and worse, she may have been involved in some moves that Nipsey Hussle never saw coming. People already knew she had ties to Diddy. She even credited him for helping her speak at Nipsey's funeral. But that's just surface level stuff. There has been talk for a minute now that Diddy had something to do with Nipsey's death, that Diddy might have ordered the hit, and even more sinister, he didn't move alone. Folks are saying someone real close to Nipsey fed Diddy information, someone in Nipsey's circle, and that's why people kept speculating Lauren London's name. And now that Diddy is out to get his revenge, we might finally know what really happened behind the scenes. See, this ain't coming out of nowhere. It's rooted in old connections, suspicious interviews, resurfaced photos, and that one chilling quote from Diddy that had people scratching their heads. Right after Nipsey's passing, Lauren went on Angie Martinez's show and talked about what Puff told her.
I didn't even want to get dressed. I was gonna wear sweats.
Were you really? Did somebody?
Like, I'm not getting. Yeah.
Did somebody pull you aside?
Somebody pulled me aside. Puff.
Really?
Puff pulled me aside and was like, "Look, bud, you have showed everybody what it looks like to hold a man down and to love him. Now show them what it looks like when it all crumbles."
Now pause. That's a wild thing to tell someone grieving their soulmate, especially calling her Boog, the same personal nickname Nipsey used to call her baby mama. That little detail alone had people side-eyeing their whole relationship. What kind of bond did Lauren and Diddy really have? Because that doesn't sound like a casual friendship. That sounds like something way more intimate, way more calculated. Also, ain't it weird that before Nipsey died, Lauren attended a death seminar? Yeah, a whole 2-day grief preparation seminar.
I was like reading all the books, but now I'm applying all the books. So yeah, I did this seminar. I went to this conference with a friend of mine who actually is a intuitive, and it gave me a better concept of it. It didn't totally prepare me, because I don't think anything could really prepare you for that, but it gave me language to talk to my kids about.
When she explained it to Angie, it sounded spiritual. She said things like, no one really dies, and we're just souls.
It's just an experience in the physical form, and we're attached to our personalities, but that we're just souls and that we continue and continue and continue.
But folks weren't buying the peace and love angle. They were left wondering why she was preparing for grief long before any tragedy struck. Angie even questioned it, saying it felt like Lauren was preparing herself for something big, like she knew it was coming, just like what Diddy did when his baby mama Kim Porter died. Allegedly, just a few months before a healthy Kim Porter dropped dead, Diddy had already bought a gold coffin.
You gotta understand, man, that it's a lot of stuff that has been happening. Now, some people even said that her casket was ordered 2 months before she died. I don't believe that, man. I swear. I'm not no conspiracy theorist or none of that. But I heard, did you hear something like that, man? That her casket, how you order a gold casket 2 months before somebody died, man?
So make of what you want with that information. Right after Nipsey got whacked in broad daylight outside his Marathon store on March 31st, 2019, people said Lauren's grief felt off. She didn't cry in public, she didn't break down. One user even said, when I saw the video of her running into the hospital when she heard of the incident, reminded me of the scene from ATL. People expected real heartbreak, but instead she delivered a calm, put together energy. It rubbed people the wrong way, especially those who genuinely love Nip. Lauren is the one who introduced Nipsey to Diddy. According to Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, Nipsey came to Diddy asking for mentorship, saying he wanted to learn real estate, level up in business. Diddy agreed, said he'd help. Then, Nipsey made what might have been his biggest mistake. He brought Diddy in as an executive producer for his last album, Victory Lap.
Nip had no ego. So, you know what I'm saying? Like Nip came to me and said, I want you to mentor me. You know, I want to get into real estate. I want you to teach me all your, you know what I mean, like your business secrets. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whenever you got questions, pull up. And then on his last album, people do not know this. Somebody tried to jerk me, but I fixed it. I actually am one of the executive producers of Nipsey Hussle's last album.
Victory Lap.
Yeah, Victory Lap.
Nipsey reportedly told Diddy he wanted Victory Lap to have the same feel as Biggie's final project.
And he said something. And that what he said was, I need my music and my album to have the same feel of that life after death, like Biggie's album. Now, you taking a spiritual person who's asking for something. He said, I wanted that same feel as life after death. That same feel was that Biggie got and he went on to sell about 10 million albums. But bro, I didn't say he was a demon. What I think I said that you gotta watch what you say to these demons.
Soon after Diddy got involved, Nipsey changed. Fans said he looked tired, stressed, like something was off. And then, before the album could get the shine it deserved, Nipsey was gone, off in the street right outside the business he built for his people. And get this, after he died, that album saw a big surge in sales and chart performance. The album, which initially debuted at number 4, reached a new peak of number 2 on the Billboard 200 chart in the week following his death in March 2019. And guess who also got the royalties out of it? Diddy, as an executive producer of the album. Nipsey was hit at least 10 times. Yeah, Eric Holder pulled the trigger and he got sentenced to 60 years.
What was presented as to Mr. Holder's
Allegedly, he was acting on Big U's orders, but everyone knows he didn't act alone. He was a pawn. The streets always said the real mastermind was someone bigger, someone with power, and that's where Diddy's name started getting louder. Lauren was the one who opened that door, and not only did she introduce Nipsey to Diddy, but insiders say she might have also fed him information.
Lauren introduced me to Puff. Oh, gotcha. I mean, I knew Puff, but it was more of a personal relationship after, you know, we was at Cassie's birthday.
Word is, she was a honeypot planted to get close to Nipsey, watch his moves, and report back. Jaguar Wright, who's been dropping truth bombs on the industry for years, came out and said, straight up, Lauren was placed in Nipsey's life for a reason. She said Lauren was working with Diddy, acting as a plant, keeping tabs on Nip.
I'm not saying that she didn't develop feelings for him. I'm not saying that she didn't care about the father of her son. I'm saying she was hired for one job. Her being involved with Pac in the midst of all of that? I mean, come on, none of this makes sense. What really does make sense is that Diddy has had a long career of using to trap into making them do what he wants to do or using them to move them out the way, how is Faith Evans any different than Lauren London? How? No difference at all.
Jaguar even tied it to Nipsey's interest in the Dr. Sebi documentary, something a lot of people believe led to his downfall. Diddy allegedly didn't want that documentary to happen, said Nipsey was playing with forces he didn't understand. And the more independent Nipsey moved, the more of a threat he became.
Lauren London is suspect as she's a Diddy bop.
Hey, Lauren, I crack you up.
And she lined up Nip, and I don't give no if today is her 40th birthday. You wanna know who ain't having a birthday? Nip! You greedy I knew something was off when he passed away, but when I saw her do that hit piece on Nip, sitting with Angie Martinez.
I mean, I respect you.
And talking about it wasn't all what it was cracked up to be.
Relationships are hard.
See, Nipsey wasn't trying to be a pawn in the industry. He didn't play by the rules, didn't kiss up to no gatekeepers. He built his own path, on his own terms. That's dangerous in a world run by power brokers. And if the whispers are true, that's why Diddy wanted him out the way. But no move like that goes down clean. You need someone close to the target, someone trusted, someone that wouldn't raise suspicion. That's why people are side-eyeing Lauren. Photos have resurfaced too. Lauren and Diddy looking real close, way too comfortable, while Nipsey's in the background like a third wheel. And here's another piece of the puzzle. After Nipsey died, it wasn't Lauren who took over his estate. It was his brother, Black Sam. Court documents show that Sam was the one given control, not Lauren. And people close to Sam say he's been distant from her, especially after learning about her ties to Diddy. That says a lot.
Somebody sent him or whatever, and he was nervous. He was supposed to hit that alley with that red shirt immediately, but he didn't do that. He came in and he wanted to check the scene.
Was it as random as what the public thought it was?
From my understanding, old boy walked up with no shirt on first to check the scene, because he know what's going on in that parking lot. Had a conversation, probably seen nobody was in the doorways, checked Hussle, had on shorts, checked everybody else, left. They say came back with a red shirt on, tiptoed through the alley and went right and started shooting. So to me, that's premeditated.
Also, Lauren still hasn't come out to defend herself or clear up the rumors. And now that the trial is over, Diddy is out to expose Lauren, or at least that's what insiders are saying. Word is, he's sitting on years worth of receipts, texts, photos, backroom deals, private conversations, the kind of evidence that could shatter the public image Lauren has carefully maintained since Nipsey's death. And the speculation is only growing louder. Was she really just the grieving partner, or was she playing both sides the whole time? People are saying Diddy has nothing to lose now, and he's ready to burn bridges, call out names, and let the world know who was really moving in the shadows. If that happens, Lauren's reputation as the forever grieving queen of resilience could collapse overnight. And the biggest question everyone's asking is, what does Diddy know that we don't? Because if even half these whispers are true, we're about to see one of the biggest falls from grace in hip-hop history. Even one user said, what kind of fake friend was Lauren? Still cool with the man that violated her bestie. Another added, every black man from the hood knows that look Diddy gave Lauren in that studio video. Hellfire shall reign. Truth is never a toy. So, what's your take on everything that's unfolding? Jump into the comments. We're following every twist. And if you're here for the truth that doesn't hold back, make sure you stick around. There's more coming that'll leave you speechless.